Chad, you had one more hot take for us last week.
Oh, you want to get nasty? I don't even necessarily think this, but I could make
Here's
this
my hot take that I don't
I
necessarily
could
think.
make this a viewpoint. I would
Sure.
think this about myself if I didn't know better. Ready for it?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm gonna get burned alive here. Contractors with a dump trailer in their third, fourth, fifth year plus in business aren't serious about their landscape company and they're not willing to take it to the next level. That's it. I think if you have a dump trailer after 4 or 5 years or whatever, and you haven't made the investment to a dump truck, regard like a little 1 ton, whatever, because they're so much more efficient, you're not really taking your landscape company seriously.
Mhm.
You're not willing to invest in yourself.
I have two dump trailers.
I know you do.
I have a dump trailer.
I know you do.
I've used
That's
it
why I
three
said
times this year.
this I could form this opinion in my head and it makes sense to me. Do I
Yeah.
care really if you have a dump truck? I don't give a shit. It's your business, run it how you want, right? It affects my life zero. None. Doesn't affect me at all.
So I'll tell you why I like the dump trailers. And I'm just
Because you
like
can put a pallet of sand in it and a roller
uh
packer and send the guys off. Like you
I
packed
like
their
no, I
fucking
like
lunch
it.
for them in grade two.
No, I like it because I don't like big clunky 1 ton dump trucks all over the place. And we take 1,500 pickup trucks that are cheaper to buy, cheaper on fuel, and we get bulk deliveries, and we don't float equipment with our trucks. We have big dump trucks and big floats and bin trucks, and
Here's the
we
thing.
don't we don't I don't have any use for a 1 ton dump truck. It would literally just sit in my yard every day all day.
I also get bins delivered. I get everything delivered to my site. I'm the one primarily installing it. It wouldn't make sense for me until I get to like three crews to the point where
I think if you had one, you'd find out you'd use it a lot more than you do.
a bin truck?
No, no, a regular
Okay.
little. It doesn't have to be a bin truck. I'm
No.
talking about a little
So
like a 1 ton dump.
at Ridge Lake, we had all 1 ton dump trucks, and I fucking hated it, and that's why I would never go back to them.
I
They
will.
were
Ne
just
The last thing I need in my life is my workers towing around a little dump trailer all day.
we never tow them around all day. We use them periodically to
Mm.
pick up. They need a yard. They need this. We have many ways to deliver bulk items and float equipment. Like I don't. The dump trailers are in the yard, and we use them like I preloaded that sand for them and said, okay, on the day you're doing sand, just hook up to the trailer and take it.
Do you see how that's uncharacteristic of a typical dump trailer owner, though?
I'm
Because
not
a
saying
lot of the
that
little landscape companies I see in town with their little dump trailers, they are tugging those things all across town, back and forth, all day, every day.
That's where I don't understand why you would do that. So working at my supplier, I see the
just
people coming
You
in
see, yeah,
constantly,
exactly. You see
but
it.
like get it delivered.
Yes.
yeah,
Or
but I would
I
say to
understand.
you,
Get it delivered.
most of the people who are doing that with dump trailers are doing it because that's their break for being the owner. They take get in their dump trailer and they go to like we pick up material and dump like I don't know, like we were doing that job. I would say that 85% of the time everything in ours gets delivered in massive bulk. And but when we were last week when I was away, they needed 3 yards of sand. So Bill hooked the dump trailer up, picked up 3 yards of sand, and that was what we needed for that day to do the job. Like I guess conceivably he could have done that in a like the setup between the dump trailer and the truck he was towing it with. I maybe got that's actually the newer dump trailer, so it's probably worth more. I got maybe 25,000 tied up in that setup. It did exactly what I needed it to do. I don't need $100,000 1 ton dump truck. If I buy things for $100,000, they need to be billable out by the hour. Triaxles, bin trucks. I don't buy things for $100,000 that that I can't bill out to other people. But that's just me running my business. It doesn't mean it's right for everybody else. It just
Yeah, I said I don't give a shit
I
what you.
think that I
Look,
think the
how
brave
many dump trailers? You could have 100 if you want.
If
I think
you're
the
running your dump trailer constantly, then yes, you should have a 1 ton dump truck.
And
I
wait,
that's
hold
what
on,
I
don't
three.
see
like I get
all the
everything
time, all over
delivered,
town.
so it doesn't make sense for me
But
to.
but how much does a 1 ton dump truck pull? Like, what do you put in your like? If you were going to pick up sand, how much could you put in the back of a 1 ton dump truck?
3.5 tons.
Okay,
Like
so
an
we can put.
F-550 will take 3.5 tons.
So are you're okay with running back and forth to the supplier all day with 3.5 tons in a 1 ton dump truck, but you're not okay with running back and forth to the supplier all day for 3.5 tons in a dump trailer?
I'm not okay with either one. Why
Okay,
wouldn't you get it delivered? Like it doesn't make, as a business owner, it never makes sense to
so
run your little dump truck
you
back and forth.
So your problem isn't with dump trailers. Your problem is with people who don't get things delivered. Because if someone has a 1 ton dump truck and is treating it the same way they treat their dump trailer, you think they're just as not serious about their business because your issue isn't the dump trailer. Your issue is people going back and forth from suppliers all day with 3 tons.
Yes, you could say it that way. Definitely, you
Yes.
could say it that way. I also don't like dump
Because
trailers.
my problem
I'm gonna
is,
put it. I'm gonna
and
scapegoat the dump trailer.
this is a
I
hot
don't like that.
this is maybe a hot take, another hot take, since Chad took his shot at my dump trailers. Like, I'm wondering, in Chad's
No,
opinion,
if you, the
no,
real
no.
shot was at the people not willing to make the investment in themselves and in their business.
Well, I felt like it was a little personal. So I'm wondering, like, if I am not taking my business seriously, and my business does between $1 and $1.5 million a year more than your business, I'm wondering when I will take it seriously.
Well, you can't start going on vacation in the middle of the season. Tell you that.
Like, when am I going to take this shit seriously? I'm so fucked right now.
Like I said,
My
I don't
whole world is
care how
shattered.
many dump trucks. It really does it affect my life in the least?
No,
No, I don't care.
I
Yeah, I
would
mean,
say to
run the
you,
business that's best for you.
I use the
Absolutely.
dump trailers vastly different than the average person that owns dump trailers. I agree with you.
I just see so many of these little guys tugging these dump trailers across town all the time.
What
Like
one of the
it's
things? So
ineffective.
I don't like the 1 ton trucks because when we had them at Ridge Lake, they were just collectors of shit and garbage, and they're not good at hauling tools around. And you got to empty everything out of it all the time and put everything back in it. And I really like our setup now of the little tool trailers. Plus, I'm slowly converting all the trucks to having caps on them, so they'll be fully stocked with tools as well. And then you have your truck, you have your tool, like that gray tool trailer. Like, we towed it to the cemetery job 3 weeks ago, and it's still sitting there in the fenced-in enclosure. The guys have their tools every day. They get in a 1,500 pickup that I paid $12,000 for, and they drive it back and forth every day, racking up the K on that. And that's why the we use the 3.5 ton dump trailer as the water trailer. That's what it does most of the year.
Yeah, I can see that.
I
I
don't
like
use
that.
them. I agree with you. I don't. I use them in a vastly different way than the average.
I just feel like, and looking back now, whenever we got our first little dump truck, things changed, man. Like there's times in the business when things change, when you get your first machine, your first little dump truck, your first tilt rotator, shit like that. Like things are just leaps and bounds. But tugging that fucking dump trailer around was one of the worst things we had to do in business. And they don't dump well. They don't even dump well. They like
Not if you use them like that. They don't. No.
they the box is all the way up in the air and they're still
And we're back. Good work, Mike. Mike deleted a bunch of stuff off his computer so we could finish up this version of the podcast discussing Chad's consistent hatred of dump trailers.
hate them. I think they're a liability to tug that thing around all day.
I
More
think
so.
anytime you have employees on the road is a liability, no?
Yes. Yeah, that's for sure. And as you get more employees, sometimes I'll see them driving around town. But like, I'll be going somewhere and I'll see one of my trucks go by. I think, what the fuck are they doing? They should be on the site right now. And it's always, oh, I forgot something or this and that. I'm just like, quit the joyriding. Get to work. I know it's a little colder out. Get to work.
I think your point about the joyriding is definitely a big thing. People
It's
like it's a good way to reference it. That's why a lot of business owners love dump trailers because they start a business, they start getting some jobs, they hire two or three staff, they don't have to be there, they're not physically doing every single item, and they're like, oh, let's just dig this into the dump trailer instead of getting a bin because then I'll drive back and forth and you guys will just be on site and it'll be a nice day for me hanging out at the supplier. And even though it's not as efficient, they don't care because they're getting to do that.
which is fine. Do whatever. You're the business owner. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I'm
You're
hiring guys not to joyride, and I'm seeing joyriding. Sometimes with more than one guy in the truck.
oh often, yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They don't have
Oh,
an
we
SOP.
needed to pick up some edging. Takes two guys to pick up some edging. This is
That's one of the things I like about having the tool trailers on every site. It's the tool trailers are stocked with tools. I don't have a lot of this like we forgot a saw, we don't have mixed gas, we don't have like does everything run out here and there? Absolutely. But we it cuts down on a lot of that kind of stuff. And then hopefully by next year all the trucks will have caps and all of them will have a standard package that goes in every truck so that even when they switch trucks periodically for different reasons, um, they all have the same tools in them all the time.
I think I'm gonna build them bins, like tool bins,
That's a fucking great idea.
and drop one on each of their sites.
One of the a guy that we do a lot of work for, he has a single axle Peterbilt bin truck, and one of the first things he did was have a tool bin built.
Tool bin in the front, room to park a machine behind, like drive up ramp in the back.
Would you get one of those tool chests or the tool racks or
Sure. Yeah,
yeah,
whatever. Put them right in there.
that you can just fork off with the machine?
Yeah. So it'll take a 16-foot bin, right? So, um, 8 feet for tool space, and then an 8 foot flat deck on the back of that, where you can just drive the machine on.
Like the MT.
Yeah, I think that'd do it. So, I mean, we already spent 60 some thousand dollars on bins this year. What's another 15 grand each for a nice tool crib?
Would probably save you
If
enough
it,
money in a year to pay for a lot of it.
yeah, if it stops the joyriding.
Yeah. I think that with the tool trailers and stuff, I try to take the decisions. We have a few tools that are kept in like the roller packer, the big generator, the IQ saws, the jumping jack. Those are things that they don't use on every job.
Yeah, those stay at the yard. They come out whenever.
So then I put it in their daily thing like, hey, take the roller packer. Hey, take the whatever they're taking that day.
Yeah.
I put it in there because it's not something they generally bring with them. So,
Yeah.
but are you guys good?
Yep.
I'm good.
Now that we've beaten up every landscaper with a dump trailer?
Like I say, disclaimer again, I don't care what you do. It's your business, run it how you want. For me, when we got out of dump trailers, we went somewhere.
And one day when you get back into them, you'll get where I am.
Maybe, yeah. Great. Maybe we'll come full circle. I'll get a nice big dump trailer again, and I think it'll be the
To
great
be
thing.
to be fair to Chad, if you deleted my trucking division, you're probably ahead of me. So, and the trucking has nothing to do with dump trailers, right?
Hey, like I say, your
If
business.
you just went to, if you
You
just
like,
went to a pure landscaping company, you're doing more landscaping than me, which I'm thankful of.
oh fuck. Well, you could buy NDL for $8 million and
Perfect.
do
Perfect.
more landscaping than you've ever wanted to do.
Awesome. I'd love to do more landscaping than I've ever wanted to do. I'm supposed to be out of work by the middle of next week, so you want me to send my crew up there for a week to do your reinstatements and deal with your crazy homeowner?
If they come with a smile on their face, they're welcome.
They can come with a smile and a tool trailer.
Sure. Just don't bring the
Well,
fucking dump trailer with you. Leave that at home.
I'm gonna build that wall purely with a dump trailer.